What is up, guys? Matthew here, and welcome back to another episode of our FIFA 21 career mode as the manager of the mighty Boro. Once again, I want to thank you all for your unbelievable support on the series so far. As I've said, it's by far the most successful series we've had on this channel so far, and the views, the comments, and some of the thoughts that you guys have been giving me, some of the responses and the comments of the videos have been fantastic, and the feedback too. So big thank you to you guys for that. Today, we continue to crack on with the Championship Marathon with two more tough games. As you know, we've had a very inconsistent run of late. I mean, we've had not back-to-back, but our last two defeats have been 4-1s. And then our last two wins, in fact, our last three wins have been 3-0, 7-0, and 4-0. And one of them was away at Brentford. So, I mean, we have no idea what to expect game by game in this career mode. I don't know if that's a good thing for entertainment or a bad thing in terms of our consistency and chasing for a playoff position. But we'll see what happens today, as we've got Cardiff at home and Stoke City away. Both are teams that are in and around us. I think Cardiff are a little bit below us in 16th, but should not be underestimated in any way, shape or form. And Stoke, as they were, I think when we played them earlier in the season, are just above us. As, despite our inconsistent form, we are only 4 points off the playoff, so it is all still to play for. So in today's episode, we're going to play both of them games, and we're also going to jump into some contract negotiations with some of our big players. Of course, January is on the horizon, so the transfer window and some of our transfer deals will be starting in the next couple of episodes, but we are going to look at keeping two of our players on. I guess we're going to look at getting all four of these guys on for another, extending their contracts. But we'll only do two per episode, so maybe today we'll look at Assombalonga and Fletcher and get them to tie down to another long contract with the Boro. So we'll do that after both games, and we'll see where we are after that in terms of transfer budget. And I think getting them out the way now will give us a better idea as to what we can work with and what we can spend in the January window, which literally starts in the next episode. Isn't that exciting? Because the FA Cup's been drawn. Didn't know that. And the FA Cup has been drawn, and we actually have quite a dull third round tie home to a fellow Championship team. Sometimes it's good to get a big Premier League side, or even a real big an away day at low league opposition in League 2 or something. But yeah, we've got Forest, who we've played many times this season. But anyway, that's coming in the next couple of weeks. But before we get going, let's attend our first pre-match press conference in quite a while. So I'm sure Saville would be part of your plans for today's game, but it must be a blow to lose him. Of course, Saville has a slight injury. What will you do? Is it about just changing the lineup? We've got an excellent squad. Saville does have a bruised shoulder from the last episode. Shouldn't be too bad. Akpom's good form has been a real plus for your boys recently, and I'm sure you must be thinking about giving him more playing time. What are your plans today? Well, tough. We'll have to see what the best approach is. We'll adapt for each game. The recent runners put you in a good position to stay clear of relegation. Well, I'd like to think so. Will your squad be big enough to keep you out of trouble? I'm very, very sure that we will not be in a relegation battle this season. It's nice to do a pre-match presser.
Guys, thank you so much for attending. Apologies if you're unable to get a question in. I promise to start with you next time.
Knock the post-match pressers on the head, because they are just repetitive and some of the questions do end up being quite stupid. But anyway, that is the pre-match presser. Now let's head to the team sheet ahead of the Cardiff game. So slight shuffle with the injury to George Saville and a couple of fitness issues. We haven't got a fully fit squad as is expected at this time of year, really, with all the games that we're getting around Christmas. But Bettinelli is in goal, and the back four we've got Coulson, Hall. McNair will start alongside him, as Dale Fry is nowhere near fit. In fact, he's definitely not going to be starting the game today. And then Jed Spence does keep his place despite not being 100% fit himself. I'm very, very torn. And actually, I'm going to put Dijksteel in there, actually, as he is that little bit fitter, and it will help his match sharpness. Midfield, then Morsey retains his place. He's not at 100% either, but we don't have another central midfielder to replace him. because McNair, who would normally play there, is slotting into defence, with Lewis Wing coming in alongside him. Because Wing is starting in central midfield, that means Roberts does have to start as our central attacking midfielder, despite not being 100% himself. Brown replaces Johnson, who again isn't 100%. Tavernier is staying on the right, with Akpom staying up front. On the bench then, Jed Spence is there. We've got Nathan Wood coming up to the bench due to Dale Fry's lack of fitness. Howson, Johnson, Stephen Walker is on the bench. Obviously, Saville is out of the squad completely, so he's an option for us to bring on the wings, with Assombalonga and Fletcher on the bench too. So, bit of a shake-up. Should be interesting to see how we get on.
Like to get forward, both positive in their approach in the game, so we should be in for some entertainment.
Well, the fact of the matter is the home side lead the league in goals for, the best attack in the league statistically.
Well, Derek, they literally score for fun, this lot. Clinical. But it's all about the service for me, and they're top draw when it comes to the supply line.
It's quite a ridiculous goal scored record there. 61 goals already. Putting it into context, we're only in December. Boro only scored, I think, 48 in the whole of last season in real life. And I think it was even less, maybe 45 goals the year before. So we're already 15 to 20 goals ahead of what Boro's average goal scoring's been for an entire season in real life, which is crazy. And it's good to see Paddy McNair captaining the side today with Fry out. Can't remember our last result against Cardiff, but I can't remember it being good. I do think Cardiff beat us last time we played them.
For Cardiff City. Pretty well balanced, this formation, Lee.
Yeah, it can be a 4-2-3-1 in the offensive
Aidan Flint
mode,
and Lee Tomlin, who's starting up front. I didn't know he was a striker. Two former Boro players coming back to the other side.
And now they get the ball rolling. Dijksteel.
So here's Dijksteel, obviously coming in for Spence. And despite him losing the ball, Wing's done well to get it straight back and tries to play in Marcus Brown. And that would have been a very good ball if he'd have made it. Here come Cardiff early on.
Patterson.
Callum Patterson looking to get the better of
and it needed to be.
Grant Hall, and Lee Tomlin's matched up by his opposite number, McNair, as Cardiff come again. Hoylett.
Well, nothing productive, really. They're trying to get right into his face.
Good tackle from Dijksteel as Morsey's pass to Roberts is latched on straight away, and Dijksteel can't keep the ball off Hoylett here as we're struggling to clear our lines, and Tomlin's effort is straight at Bettinelli as we couldn't keep the ball. Cardiff weren't exactly pressing us, but I think we were taking too many touches in our own half, and that could have been disastrous. An early corner for Cardiff, and an early goal!
A delightful start to this match.
Well, what an awful start to the game. As has been the way without every first game of the episode recently. It's a basic corner, Callum Patterson. Too easy. I think it's Wing who's marking him. And, well, I can't really believe the start. Well, I can, because we've had a pattern in the last couple of episodes. The first game of the episode's been a shocker. And then the second game has been an absolute belter. And without even really getting many touches on the ball, Cardiff have scored. And we're 1-0 down.
Will they be able to square the game?
Well, Grant Hall has just lost the ball straight away, and we've just not got going at all. We've not woken up here as Hoylett's beaten Dijksteel like he's not even there, and McNair gets his head on that as Patterson tries to put it back in, and Coulson with the block. We really need to sort ourselves out here.
Well, great read there to intercept.
And let's just get the ball out. And just as quickly as we've got the ball out, we've got through their entire midfield very, very easily, and Chuba Akpom has equalised.
What a contest this is turning out to be.
And that was just too easy. As soon as the ball come out to Roberts, he had men to his left, men to his right.
Through to the keeper, he just smashes it past him and gives him no chance to think. A lovely finish.
And who else would you pass to but Chuba Akpom? In the form he's in at the minute. That's a lovely finish. 2 chances. 2 goals. Within minutes of each other. At least we've not let Cardiff run away with this. Back to being level. 1 each.
Steven, 1 apiece in this match.
Well, Tavernier not getting onto the through ball ahead of Hoylett. Hoylett not getting ahead of Dijksteel. Tavernier does well. Coulson to wing to Brown, and this has been great counter-attacking football from back to front. We've got men in the box. One of them is... Oh, and Roberts has hit the post with a bicycle kick. That would have been some goal from Roberts. As his overhead kick clatters the post.
Perfectly positioned to take it away. Lee Tomlin.
Can Cardiff get one last big chance in before the end of the half? Pack plays it out. It's back in field. Back out again. Bakuna, they've worked this well. But there's Dijksteel on the cover again. Cardiff will have a corner though. They scored from their last one. So, can we defend this corner? Wings on Patterson again, which I'm not a fan of, and they have won the header. Near post, but it's being cleared away. Tavernier does keep it in for us as we recycle possession.
Sam Morsey. Nice looking pass.
Morsey looks for the run of Brown, and if he can get on the end of this, that'll be a great ball. And he has got on the end of it. Cross in from Brown, Akpom's header. Oh, and cleared away. As quite an entertaining half comes to an end. Goals at the start of it. Not much since, but it's been end-to-end. It's been frantic attacking stuff, some great football. But after quite a crazy start, the goals have calmed down and it is 1-1 at half-time.
Marcus Tavernier.
Oof, that's a
play stopped. It is a free kick.
Big challenge from Cunningham there. He got a bit of the ball, but he also got a lot of Tavernier. Dijksteel. Roberts lets it run and fires a shot across goal. Keeper equal to it though. Coulson though wins the ball straight back from us, and here is Roberts, who's looked very lively in the game so far. Here he is again with another effort as he forces the keeper into action twice. But he's equal to it as here comes Rawls. Trying to play 2-2, I think his name is.
Still on level terms, moving the ball nicely.
Tomlin matched up by McNair.
A news coming through from the Liberty Stadium where a goal has been scored. Alan McInally can fit us in.
It's a second goal for Millwall.
Tavernier does well. Here's Dijksteel on the overlap. Plenty of men to aim for. One of them is Lewis Wing. And it's quite a poor header from Lewis there. Didn't really catch it.
That was pretty average, to be fair.
Yeah, should have got a better connection on that as he just sort of scuffs it across goal and wide.
Well, they've been getting the substitute ready, and now they will make the personnel change. Kiefer Moore. Well,
that ball over the top is done out of midfield. As Moore plays it through to Ojo. And Moore shot is blocked, but the second is in.
for the keeper.
How has he got through there?
Questions of his defence.
How has Kiefer Moore squeezed the ball in the near post? The ball over the top. He was in acres of space. And although Bettinelli made a good save initially, well, he shouldn't be beaten there at his near post. I mean, it's through McNair's legs. But how has he got the ball into the near post there? Kiefer Moore, who's just come on, makes an instant impact. And out of nowhere, really, gives Cardiff the lead.
Well, a dramatic moment near the end, and that might well be the decider.
They need that chance right now. The fans feel it might be coming too.
Wing plays it back to Johnson. Back to Lewis Wing. Are we going to get a Lewis Wing special here? Ooh, and he stings the goalkeeper's gloves. And they prevent it from going out for a corner. But give us it straight back with not being able to clear the lines. Cardiff going to do the double over us, or can we?
Lewis Wing. Well, he's outplayed and outthought him.
Get back into this one. It's a poor touch from Fletcher. It does fall to Tavernier.
Half-hearted.
Headers clear back to Johnson. He puts it back in. Tavernier is there. His shot is blocked. Fletcher now. And it's saved by Smithies. That might have been the chance. Although Wing does well on the cover.
Paddy McNair.
McNair suckers Hoylett in.
Dijksteel.
It's now or never if we're going to get anything out of this game. Oh, and Fletcher's tackled. And can they finish it off now? Kiefer Moore is in.
Will he find the net?
Not if Grant Hall's got anything to do about it.
They'll no doubt look to put the issue beyond all doubt.
Cardiff have got the ball exactly where they'd want to have it. With 4 minutes added on, they're in no rush to take the corner because why would they? They could finish us off if they get this right. We need to look to counter-attack from this corner if we can.
And now the delivery.
Rolls plays it in. It's not cleared. It's blocked. And now here's Akpom. We're going to try and play the ball out to keep possession. And Morsey with a big interception, but again, we're trying to play the ball out. Try and get the counter-attack going. Dijksteel does well.
Tavernier.
Here's Tavernier. Oh, and Akpom. The ball's been taken off his toes, but he's won it back. And the defenders missed it. Tavernier. Cross comes in. Johnson's volley! And Marvin Johnson has stolen a point at the death. With a fantastic volley. Free at the back post. The keeper's positioning is terrible. As was his dive. He gave Johnson a full goal to aim at, and he couldn't miss. I've got to admit, we were a minute over the additional 4 minutes. But Akpom nicking the ball back. The through ball was just out of the reach of Cunningham, which allowed Tavernier to get the cross in. And at the last kick of the game, Marvin Johnson nicks a point.
Well, Derek, they've fired in another couple of goals again today. They just can't stop scoring this lot.
What drama.
Lot of fun to play in this team. Mind you, not a lot of fun watching their defending today. Great game, though.
What a game. That was a fantastic game. I had to work hard for that. And a point at the death. Thanks to Marvin Johnson, this crazy game finishes Middlesbrough 2, Cardiff 2. So, the draw against Cardiff was a great game, but 2 points dropped at home. Now we've got to go to Stoke City, who went up to 7th, and try and get a result away from home. And away from home, we've been pretty good recently. So ahead of the Stoke game, again, we've had to make some changes and shuffle the pack up and change our back four again, especially. Bettinelli, of course, is in goal. Coulson is at left back despite not being fully fit. Howson comes in to replace Grant Hall, who, as you can imagine, he's not got the best of stamina. He's nowhere near full fitness. Fry comes back in after a rest. Spence does as well. Morsey has to basically retain his place despite not being fully fit, just because of how consistently good he's been for us. Saville is straight back in on his return. And then in the number 10, I've kept Roberts in there. I've opted to start him over Lewis Wing, although due to Roberts' stamina and lack of constant fitness, he probably will have to come off for Wing at some point. And I've had to put Johnson on the right due to Marcus Tavernier not being fully fit. Brown again starts, which, he's joined up front with Chuba Akpom, who starts once again. But our lack of depth in certain positions is starting to show, with few players being moved around in certain positions. Our bench isn't very fit either, and a couple of injuries and we would be in a bit of trouble. So January's coming at a very good time for us. But that's the team. Like I said, we've been very good away from home recently, but Stoke City's going to be another tough one.
Getting forward.
James McLean straight away.
Nicely
Trying to
timed
get it.
tackle.
Jed Spence. And Spence does well
They've given it away.
up until the point in which he tried to clear his lines. As Ince tries to play in Sam Vokes, I think it was, as Stoke seem to be pressing here.
Now Saville.
Coulson finds Saville. Roberts. And here is Saville, back from his injury, straight away trying to get on the score sheet. Forcing Butland into a save. Saville almost instantly making an impact on his return. But Butland's left hand is equal to it. Not too sure how much luck we'll get against a team like Stoke from a corner.
Option preferred. And the cross goes in.
So we'll play it short as Akpom does get his head on it. But it was blocked and cleared out for a throw-in. Sam Morsey finding himself on the wing, crossing it in. Johnson tries to play it back across.
You need your defender to take charge.
Although it's headed clear, it is only as far as Saville. Roberts, Saville, lovely interplay from us here, and Akpom! And we've taken the lead. We conceded in the 8th minute last time against Cardiff. We've scored in the 8th, and it's some tidy little football in the box. As the away end goes crazy, Roberts finds Saville, and straight away he's back. And he's assisting that man Akpom, who kept the defender at arm's length and finished past Jack Butland.
But the manager knows a lot more has to be done to secure this game.
Akpom, who is on fire, scores again.
1-0 then. Yeah.
Does extremely well. Johnson onto his left foot. Saville. Roberts. Oh, it's saved. As Butland is called into action again. 3 saves he's made in this game now, but we're not letting Stoke out here as Johnson plays in Jed Spence on the overlap. Good ball from Spence, and Akpom with a volley. What a start! He's been on fire away from home. Akpom, he got the 4 against QPR, and he's got 2 already.
What a lovely inviting cross into the danger area that was.
What a volley.
Soft cushion volleys, an absolute dream.
Caught that so sweet.
Well, the goal again,
As we were straight on Stoke in midfield. well won. Played through to Jed Spence, who got his assist. We've been on fire away from home in terms of goal scoring. 7-0, 4-0. And we are already 2-0 up at Stoke. What a start.
Jordan Thompson. Vokes with it.
Vokes holding the ball up well.
Ince.
Bringing other players into play here as Smith and Ince
Looking attack.
combine. It's a good ball to the back post.
Was, but a pretty
And
straightforward
Lucas does
save.
get his head on it.
Easy header, Derek, and he made it
Bettinelli
look
is
really
there.
difficult.
Well, news coming through of a penalty. Alan McInally can fill us in.
It's a penalty
Spence.
for Birmingham City.
And what a ball that is over the top.
Here.
And Marvin Johnson is in here. And Johnson can make it 3. And that's a great finish on his left foot. Back to front, Marvin Johnson. Arguably not in his usual position. Could have squared it to Akpom. But that's a good finish by Marvin Johnson. Now a clinical streak away from home continues.
Well, enjoy the good days as a coach. It could be a roller coaster ride, I can tell you that.
And it was just a simple ball from Spence. Johnson was in acres of space. And it was just a simple in behind, there you
So
go.
on they go again, and
Can he
Boro
finish?
beginning to run away with this.
Yes, he can.
And the
Playing.
cross into the
Again,
middle.
they whip it in, but
Foiling
again,
them effectively.
our defence is equal to it. Although Roberts' clearance isn't.
What can he
Well,
do
it wasn't
from
even a
here?
clearance. Ball was pinched off him, and
Block.
that shot from Ince was blocked by Howson. Stoke looking to maybe get something before the end of the half. They're a big team, so we've got to be careful from corners.
And the referee has deemed that an additional
They
4
do
minutes
get the head on
are
it.
in order.
Oh, it is back out to Joe Allen. That is blocked. It's back
Full
out.
of promise.
Didn't shoot. Played it back out to Allen again. And Stoke are
Teammates in
trying
the
to
middle.
get
No,
that
that's
perfect
this
cross. But again, our defenders deal
It
with
might
it.
be on for them.
Lucas now
Morgan Fox.
in play
Can he
to
play it
Sam
in?
Vokes. I'd rather him be on the wing than in the box, so that'll do me. His cross is in. And again, we deal with it as maybe there's another counter-attacking opportunity on here as Sam Morsey.
Ball.
He's played in Patrick Roberts, who hasn't got
Playing
much
with
support.
purpose and well, keeper
And
getting
the
good
defender
gloves on
came
the ball.
across well and made it difficult for us there as Butland
And
made
so it
another
is,
save.
The first half story has been written.
Light boos around the Stoke City Stadium.
Well, we're picking him out for a reason. He's having a terrific game in attack, Lee.
Well, he's got so much swagger, hasn't he? Why not as well? He's got so much game, superb finishing, right place at the right time. He hasn't given the goalkeeper time to breathe.
It's just another away day for us. We've been on fire again. It's 3-0.
And the game begins. Well, that is a defender's job to come to the rescue. A good-looking move. Chance to run at them.
James McLean now stretching his legs on the left.
Crossing opportunity.
Lucas back to McLean, who's put a good ball in again.
And he clears the danger. The high
Ooh,
press
not
was
good
on,
that
and
from
that's a
Brown.
fantastic tackle.
And they're in. Oh, they've hit the bar. Tom Ince hits the bar. As Fry's header is only as far as Smith.
Might really be able to trouble them here.
Oh, and Saville with it. Almost brought down Joe
Really
Allen
good
there
block.
as we've got a man down in the box. It's Dale Fry. And this doesn't look good. The Boro captain is down holding his knee. Oh dear. Well, we said we've not had many injuries this season. We seem to have had two within 2 episodes as he went up for that header with Ince and didn't get back up. Did Dale Fry, and it looks like he might have to come off here. Stoke are looking like they were going to take the corner there with him down, but Dale Fry's going to have to come off. And this is worrying times for us here. Nathan Wood will have to come on. And I think with Roberts' fitness, we'll bring on Lewis Wing as well, but that is a worry. Arguably our best defender
They are committed to making the
and our
substitution
captain
here.
is out. Hopefully it's not serious. Might be a good time for the January window to help us with the reinforcements, as we are getting a few little niggly injuries now.
Well, he got the touch on the
Stoke
ball,
with another
and so
corner.
it'll be.
Maybe it's all these frequent games in this busy period. Saville was out briefly. I have a feeling Fry might be out for a little bit longer.
Played into the centre of the box.
Can Stoke try and capitalise on that injury? As they're in and around the box with a shot there, but I think it was Danny Bath. Not known for his finishing.
Long range shot, lean back equals over the bar.
I always listen to you.
Glad it fell to the centre back, who put it well over the bar.
Wood.
Here is Nathan Wood.
Akpom. Brown.
Pom to Brown, who keeps the ball to the overlapping Hayden Coulson. And here is Johnson! And just like he did in the last game, at the back post,
Tremendous goal.
goes to greet the Boro fans in the away end. As Marvin Johnson, who's been on a goal scoring of his own lately, makes it 4 with his weaker foot as well. And I don't know what Butland's doing there, to be honest. Just decided to dive into his own net. That's pretty terrible goalkeeping. Pretty much rolling it into an empty net is Marvin Johnson.
Well, enjoy the good days as a coach. It can be a roller coaster ride, I can tell you that.
Can we play away from home every week? Because we just seem to defend much better and score freely.
It's a massive lead,
4-0.
and it's very hard to imagine. Jordan Thompson, no advantage with them. Referee
Lucas
says
has
play on.
got a little bit of room to run at the box here, but
Snuffing out of the
Nathan
cross
Wood does
and a fine stop.
block the initial cross, and I tell you what, James McLean should score. What a save from point blank range from Bettinelli. That's the thing. Bettinelli, who's captain now, by the way, that's nice. 1 minute he's making unbelievable saves. The next minute he's letting them in at his near post. Can Stoke get a consolation goal from this corner?
Corner kick played in.
Near post, delivery, headed away.
Wonderful block.
Shot blocked. Back out to Chester. Tom Ince.
Well, he likes to run at them.
Another ball in. That's been Stoke's route in this game. Ball after ball in the box. Ince again.
Get it through.
Blocked by Nathan Wood, who's done ever so well since coming on. And Morsey has carried that out of midfield and distributed it to Marcus Brown brilliantly. Here is Brown. Can he make it 5? No, he can't. As the shot was saved, and then Johnson
But I think it's fair to say
nudges
that
it
he's
out
had
of play.
happier days in front of goal. And taken away.
Heavy touch from Coulson there as he brings it out. And here is Fletcher
He read the situation defensively
Johnny
and
Howson
did his job.
with a very good
The referee
intervention
allowing
there.
advantage to accrue to them.
Brings the ball out, and here is the distributor once again with a brilliant ball out.
Johnson.
Marvin Johnson
It's a good-looking
plays it
ball
across the
behind.
Brita Sombalonga,
Oh, there it is!
and there it is.
After another, and it speaks to the quality of that performance.
Brits on the score sheet. Sam Morsey starting the move again with a lovely through ball into the winger. And Johnson this time turn provider.
There's the goal again, and it's a great ball to put him through. And he composes himself, coolly slides it past the
Britt
lovely
takes a
keeper.
touch, and that's a lovely
He asked
finish
him
from Britt.
questions about where his back four went to.
Felt a bit bad for Britt because, you know, he's facing Fletcher and Akpom, who've between them been unbelievable this season. But when he gets a chance, Britt, he comes on and he does get a goal. Near enough every time.
So one-sided. 5-0 in this match. Can they get in behind them? Crossing into the middle.
That's a good ball. And it's still
Target,
not a good header. James McLean's had a very, very tough day at the office, and that just sums it up. Bettinelli might have put him off, but all he had to do really there was connect with his head, and he somehow put it wide, and that just sums up Stoke's day. As we tick ever closer to the final minute of added time. And it's looking like another huge result away from home. 3 scoring, clean sheet.
Well, being potent up front gives you a great chance in any game.
I'm liking this away game stuff. I like travelling away every week.
And exciting to watch for sure.
We've came to Stoke and absolutely battered them by 5 goals to 0. So we've still got a bit to do in this episode, but before we jump into the contracts negotiations, let's just see the damage. Morsy's been in the office. Just saying thank you for his first team chances and proud of him. He's been fantastic. As for Dale Fry, he's broken his elbow. Ooh, even though he was holding his knee. He's broken his elbow and will be out for 2 months. That is a huge, huge blow for us. We're already struggling at centre-back, and Dale Fry is now going to be out for a long time until we get a replacement in. Nathan Wood is going to have to come in. In fact, Johnny Howson will come in, and Wood will now step up to being our backup centre-back. Of course, McNair can play there as well, but yeah, that's a tough blow for us, and we certainly will have to look into getting a central defender in the transfer window, which of course is, well, it's now, really. But before we get into January, let's look to sign up some of our best players on new contracts. I mean, I don't know if that's meant to be me, but that looks nothing like my manager, so there's a bit of a glitch. But yeah, here we go. Let's see what Fletcher is after. He's on 8,900 a week. Wants to be an important player. Can't really knock that at all. That's not my guy at all. Who is this guy? Who is this impost? That's not my manager, and I'm not bald. Whatever. This is our director of football. There we go. I don't know, but yeah. Important player. I can definitely settle with that. It is very much between him and Akpom for that first choice position. 2-year extension. Again, that's absolutely fine with me. With him being 25 and coming into his prime, I think 2 years is pretty good. I'll accept that. 3 years might have been a little bit better, but we are on strict negotiations, so let's not push our luck too much. But that's the easy bit. This is the financial part, which is where things might get a little bit tricky. They're not wanting a release clause, and that's fine with me. I never like to have release clauses in any of my players' contracts because they can be triggered at any point, and you've got nothing you can do about it. Once it's triggered, they're free to negotiate with another team, and you don't even have the option to reject the transfer offer. So here we go then. The nitty-gritty. We've got plenty of wage budget, but what sort of salary is he looking for? So it's up to us. The ball is in our park, so he's on 8,900 a week now. I'm happy to say that we will give him 12,000 a week. That's over £3,000 a week. And I can offer Fletcher a signing on bonus of 2 million. See what he says to that. Actually, 2 million is quite a bit, isn't it, actually? Yeah, I think it's been a long time since I've done negotiations on FIFA, so 2 million signing on bonus is a little bit extensive. I'm not going to lie. So 500,000? 500,000. I honestly don't know what he's going to say to that, because I can't remember off the top of my head what a decent signing on bonus is. But we're about to find out. I was about to just give him 2 million without looking at our transfer budgets. Only around 10. And there we go. So, very straightforward, successful negotiations with Fletcher. And he signed on for another 2 years. Let's move on to Britt Sombalonga. So, Britt's agent, exactly the same as Fletcher's. So, assuming that, should be another smooth sailing negotiation. So, Britt wants the same role as Fletcher, which we can give him. That's fine. So, contract length. Britt's a little bit younger than Fletcher, but I think 2 years would probably be something I'd be happy to settle with. So, it's in our park here, so we'll say 2 years. Take Britt up to 30. I think that's a decent age. That'll be when he probably is past his peak. Might start to decline a little bit. And that's fine. It's going well so far. They're not wanting a release clause, which is absolutely fine with me. So he's already on £10,000 a week. So be interesting to see where we go with his wage. Is it going to be up to us to offer, or are they going to throw us an offer this time? No, it's up to us. So what I'll do is I think I'll offer him the same as Fletcher. I know it won't matter too much, but if you want to be realistic about this, I'm sure Fletcher's scoring more goals. He's starting more than Britt. He'll probably want to be on at least the same as Britt. So we'll give him the same wage, £12,000 a week. And I think we'll offer him £200,000 a week signing on bonus, a bit less than Fletcher. See what he says to that. I don't think it's fair we offer him more than what we've given Fletcher, so I think that's a fair enough offer. And there we go. So on the pitch it's going quite well, and off the pitch that's pretty good as well. We've got Sombalonga and Ashley Fletcher signed up on 2-year deals. The wages isn't really done much damage to our transfer budget. And we'll have a look at Marvin Johnson and Johnny Howson in the next couple of episodes. So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with 7 million, 7.6 million transfer budget. We'll lift that a bit, so we've got over 100,000 wage budget. So then, just to remind you guys, and I'm going to leave this partly up to you as well, as my board of directors, but we've got to remember our transfer objectives. We've got to sign a veteran, but we don't have to. We've already achieved the 10 wins per season, so I feel like we'll be alright not signing a veteran, but I guess we could do if we need to. Youth development's another one we might have to look at as well, getting someone from the academy. But we need to sell 2 players and sign 3 important players. So the 3 players we bring in have to be important and have to, I guess, be starters. And we have to sell 2 players, which I guess could be anyone. So in terms of who we're going to sell, who do we get rid of? Do we just get rid of youngsters to say that we've got rid of players to fulfill the board's objectives? Do we get rid of a couple of goalkeepers? We've got plenty of goalkeepers here. We've hardly played. Mark Ball has not really came into the equation too much. Everyone else really has played their part just because of how thin the squad is. Brown's been in and out, but has been playing a little bit more recently. Ben Little. Hayden Hackney's not played. Conor Malley. A few, attacking midfielders. And a couple of young strikers. So there's quite a few players we could sell for the sake of selling, really. And then in terms of coming into the club, this is where we need to pick our targets very wisely. Again, our scouts been having fun and scouting everyone in sight. But we've got a lot of players here that we can look at. The ones I'd say would mainly look at. Adam Armstrong, we'd have to get on a loan. We can't afford to buy him. That's looking unlikely, I would say. Plus, we don't need a striker, I'd say. This is a guy I really want to get, Yannick Bolasie. If even half of his wages is only 20-something grand. He's 74 rated. He's a bit old, but I think just getting him in a Boro shirt just for the sake of it would definitely satisfy me after the last couple of transfer windows. And then we've got Callum Chambers in centre. But I think a very good centre-back signing, if we can't get Callum Chambers, if we can't maybe get Carter Vickers, not sure about Joe Roden, if we can get Tomori on loan, I think that would be outstanding. 2 Premier League loans, Tomori and Bolasie. Maybe, if not Tomori, Tanganga. And then, I like this kid. I think he would be a good backup for us going forward. Sirike Dembele. But if not, there's plenty of other players that we've been given. Some of these I've not even seen yet. But there's one, Jacob Murphy. Of course, we've seen his brother rip us to bits in the season. He's at Newcastle, so a rival, so I don't know how that'd go. But we could bring in Jacob Murphy for a bit of depth on the other wing, on the right wing. So both wings are sort of stocked up with a bit more depth. And then there's a couple of defenders we might look at. Chris Mepham, he's not fully scouted yet. William Saliba from Arsenal, the 19-year-old. We could be a great young move for him. So there's quite a few centre-backs we could look at. Saliba, Tanganga, Tomori, Chambers. And then on the wings, we've got Bolasie. There's Dembele. And Jacob Murphy are the ones that I'm sort of leaning towards. But if you guys have got any other ideas, please leave them in the comment section below. And we will look to hopefully get some of these moves done ASAP. Because, if we skip a day, we're in January. And the transfer window is upon us. So there we go. So please comment below, guys, what you think is the best direction for us to go in terms of bringing in players, who we should bring in, whether it's a loan, whether it's a buy, who you think we should get rid of as well. We will look to make them moves as soon as possible, as well as probably bring one of these guys up from the Youth Academy. So, yeah, there we go, guys. So, what an episode. 2 very enjoyable games. We've had an injury. Some great negotiations off the pitch with Assombalonga and Fletcher. It's had everything. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. Do subscribe to this channel as well, of course, for much more FIFA 21 content to come. And most importantly, comment in the section below. I would love you guys to help me out in terms of getting our transfer targets in. That would be a big help. And until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you